Hello, my name is Kelly Leibensberger, and I'm the Director of Children's Music here.
And I'm Sandy Martin, the Director of Handbells, or the Big Dingling.
We wanted to share with you a few important things about participating in music on Wednesday nights. First, let's talk about the calendar. We meet every Wednesday beginning September 18th, and we do not meet December 25th or January 1st. We have a list of dates that the children will sing or ring in the service available now, so it would be really helpful if you could put them on your family calendar and do your best to attend as many as possible. If there are dates that your family will be away for, or you know in advance that you cannot make, it would be a great help to us to know in advance when we are planning and choosing musical parts and things like that. So thank you for always trying to notify us if your child will be out. We do appreciate that. On Wednesdays, music is held downstairs in the church basement. You'll find signs on each room indicating who meets in that room. When you arrive, please sign in on the table in the hallway and try your best to be on time for class. Please remember to look in the hallway at the table and on the bulletin board for important announcements and handouts to take with you. Please remind your children to use the restroom before music time. That will also be a huge help since we only have a short time together, and it will help to eliminate distractions. Communication throughout the year will typically be through email, texting, flyers home, and via announcements in the hallway outside of the music rooms. In the case of inclement weather, the church will alert all of the congregation, so please make sure that you check with the church office to sign up for the church alert system. We also will send out announcements in the case of cancellations. On Sunday mornings, when the children sing or ring in the worship service, we typically ask them to arrive around 10 a.m. to practice in the sanctuary. After they practice, they will robe and get ready to participate in the worship service. They typically ring and sing in the beginning of the service, and then they sing the first verse of our hymn of the month in the first hymn spot. We ask that after the children sing the first verse of their hymn, you come to pick them up in the front pew area of the sanctuary. Last year, there were some occasions where we had children who couldn't find their families, so it would be a big help if you could send someone over or make sure that child knows where to find you. Let's talk about robes. This year, we are going to try something different. We will have the robe racks wheeled upstairs to the narthex for families to return the robes after the service. Thank you for helping the robes to get back on the correct hanger after worship. Children and youth will be working to memorize a new hymn each month, specifically the first verse of these hymns. We will provide a hymn booklet that also comes with a CD, and there are going to be links to download the songs online, as well as a YouTube playlist that you can use to help your child to learn the hymn. We recommend that you use this hymn in family worship or singing together in the car or at the dinner table, and however will help your child best to learn these hymns. Our goal is to write these words in their hearts so that they will be readily available to them in times of need. Thank you to everyone who provided rewards last year for our Hymn of the Month program. We really appreciate it. This year, we are going to try to assign a family per month to provide those rewards so that we have each month covered and we know who should purchase those in advance. More information will be sent out about that soon. We do have some behavior expectations to make sure that we have the best learning environment possible for everyone on Wednesdays. Number one is follow directions the first time. We want to make sure we have a safe and productive learning environment and use our time to the fullest. Number two, please respect others. This includes keeping your hands to yourself, keeping your feet to yourself, keeping all objects to yourself, and making sure that your comments are encouraging and kind. Number 3, wait for your turn to speak. We do have many children in class at once, so it is helpful if we are waiting for the teacher to invite you to participate. Always remember raising your hand helps, and just being polite when you're interacting with each other. Number 4, please respect property. We want to be good stewards of what we have, so please try your best not to scribble on your choir folder or rip your handbell music or any of those things. We want to be careful with what we have, so we will take good caution to hold our bells carefully and make sure we are taking good care of our music and also keeping our facility nice and clean. And number 5, please practice responsibility. We want to come prepared and ready to learn so that we can have fun and do our best for the Lord. We do have some consequences that we would like to use to be consistent with our behavior expectations. So typically, if your child is not following the directions or not following the rules, we try to give them a nonverbal reminder or warning. If that isn't enough to correct it, we typically will try to do a seat change so the child can focus better. Third, sometimes we have an adult choir parent try to sit with the student or take them out and talk with them a little bit about what's going on. After we have tried all of these techniques, we occasionally might ask to conference with a parent, and if things are still progressing, occasionally we might need to make Mr. Moneymaker aware. He is our Director of Christian Education. So please do your best to follow these directions. We love to include every child, and we want every child to be able to learn their best. So we do appreciate your help with this and your understanding.
Welcome to the joy and fun of ringing. Handbell ringing is a true team sport. Each ringer is super important. Whether you are ringing the small treble bells, the medium-sized middle bells, also known as the battery, or swinging those big buckets, the team can't get along without you. Here are some helpful hints to make your handbell experience so cool. Please be on time for rehearsal. Get your gloves and be ready to ring. Let us know when your ringer must be absent. That's always helpful. If your ringer wears glasses, please make sure he or she brings them to rehearsal. Please, no spaghetti straps, glitter tops, or tops with buttons. And finally, have fun praising the Lord with handbells. See you there, ring-a-ding-ding.